All right, we live. I'm looking for the Rumble link now. I might just put like the video that is available up now because I don't know how to work Rumble, and I'm pretty shitty with all this shit to be honest with you. How the fuck? Okay, maybe I can do. Oh, I don't know how to find my own fucking videos in this shit. Hang on. My content. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I'll put this one. I think this is the one I left up for free. Yeah. Because this is the one I fucked up because I did it in the old room where I used to do it. You do YouTube, and so the audio's like not fucking great. It's not absolutely great. So I wasn't proud of it. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I do. I'm not trying to say my work is fucking like the best shit ever, but I wasn't proud of that shit. I was like, oof, the audio ain't all the way there, bruh. Oh, I could go right here. Comment on myself. So here it is. Wait, can I? What? Managing moderators can. Yeah, ain't nobody ain't thinking about that. So here's my Rumble. My Rumble. My Rumble. What's up, Xavier? What's up, Super? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's the link. Hopefully that should work. Let me try clicking on my end and see if it works. What? No, yeah, because I'm not. Okay, yeah. So it says old rejects preying on younger men. Yeah, and it's an hour long. Yeah, there we go. AD, if you do the Tuesday live stream request, can you use the updated link? I said, okay, yeah. Where are we at? 10 minutes go 7:07 p.m. Yeah, okay. So can you video? Okay, I see it right here. Okay. Yeah, so I got it locked and loaded. It's up here. It's 20 minutes long. I see it. So, yeah. Oh man, last few days was little ridiculous because I wanted to put up updated case files. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. Cause I just got done working with another girl right now. The one I covered on my Rumble, or did I put on? No, I put on YouTube. But it's in Subscribe Store. So on Subscribe Store, I'm going over the clients that I have. I just got done with another client about 2 hours ago. And so here's the thing, man. Like you would think. Okay, here's the thing. Well, okay. This just goes into what I say all the time. How women are not gonna like you until you become something in life, right? Like the women are just not gonna like you until you've become some sense of leader, or some sense of leader, or having some sense of earned value in some kind of way. Women do not want. It's just a realistic, shitty realization of it. Like women do not want to be near guys who are not established in any kind of way, right? So, and this is what I talk about all the time. See, as guys, we have to go out there. As guys, we have to go out there and become something before we're even anywhere near valuable in any woman's eyes, not just American women. Anywhere you go on Earth, you gotta do that, right? Like very few men can go out there and truly just go out there and bitches just won't him unless he's just that rare 1% who's like really tall, or just a really good looking dude. Like most men do not get that, because most men don't get that, right? Most men are gonna you have to become in some way to before you're at least valuable to any woman, right? Because like I said, last week, women crave protection. Whereas on the flip side, just the woman as being a woman, that the fact that you can fuck it makes it valuable, right? That has historically always been like that, right? That's where her value begins, and that's pretty much where her value is going to end in the reality of the whole thing. But yeah, no, this female client, she's struggling with her weight. struggling with her weight. Yeah, all that. It's typical, women issues. She's cool though. I don't got a problem with her personally. I don't have any issues. It's just typical woman shit, right? You know what I mean? She her friends got one of her friends got the boy that got the guy that she wants, and she know that she know that I want him, and she that's why she brought it up, and all that shit. Yeah, it's typically, yeah, she's struggling. She's got some weight issues, but I want to cover it more in depth on my Subscribe Star, of course, without sharing information or anything like that. But again, I don't have an issue with the other female client I have. She's pretty much on the opposite extreme. I told you, I think I went on the Subscribe Star. She suffered from that Cinderella syndrome in the family, where she was the prettiest girl. So the mom and the sister took out all their frustrations on her, right? And just Cinderella shit, like had her cooking and cleaning and all that shit. Like that shit's real. These stories, like Cinderella, that shit is real shit, dude. That's not made up. I mean, it's made up for a movie, but like this shit happens for real in real life. I mean, like all these social dynamics you see in movies. Oh, this shit happens in real life, motherfuckers. See, but the thing is, see, and this is part of woman's nature that she ends up hurting herself on the back end, because yeah, they get away. Like if a woman just smiles at you, she'll get away with anything. But also, other women in her life can get away with anything because they just smile when you see them, right? So women are consistently stuck in this cycle of well, I get what I want, but then but I also don't get what I want. And to be honest about it, most women are not going to be happy until they get beaten down in some way. That's just the reality. Most women are not going to get. Woman's literal passion in life is to be beaten down, right? That is woman's passion in life. Which is fucked up to say. Like again, anytime a guy comes up and worships a woman or anything, that woman is not interested. All right, who does that woman want? A motherfucker that doesn't give a fuck about her. That's who she wants. That's the one who's staying on her radar, right? A woman's passion in life is to be beaten down in life, right? That is her passion in life. The profession and all that other shit don't mean nothing. She's not gonna stop until she's beaten down, and that goes to the client I'm talking about. I just got done doing a video session with. She can easily go find a dude who is in her weight class and all that. She don't want that. She trying to keep going up. And it don't and she's happier being distraught going up, looking up, instead of being actually happy with herself and content being equal to somebody, right? It's their nature. They can't help it, man. It's what they are. It's just what they are. The sooner you realize that women do not like to be treated nice, especially like extra nice, like if it's not in your natural character, the sooner you figure that shit out, man, the easier it's gonna get. But I think on the back end, is because I was just talking to another guy I'm working with. And he's actually here in Prague. Now, okay, he has nothing to do with YouTube. I like stumbled onto him in real life, and we talk, and so he comes back to me with advice. And I this morning he was writing me about this girl, and he was asking me about psychological questions and situations and theories, and I just, this was literally this morning, and I said in every relationship, here's the thing, man. In every relationship, hey Black Panther, yo, what's up, Javi? What's up, Papa Midnight? Poppy Midnight, yeah. But yeah, the in every relationship, especially with a man and woman, I would say in every intimate relationship, one person is the buyer and one person is the seller, right? And this is what I wrote him earlier today. Actually, I could read the writer. I'll read the messages off. I wrote him this morning because we hung out a few days ago because he's dealing with this girl and and all this shit like that. But let me see. I don't want to put it. I would just show it to you, but I don't want his names at the top, and I'm. Oh yes, here it is. So I wrote him. The secret to every relationship is one person is always ready to discard the other one, because he's in this mode of like discarding. So I told him like the secret in every especially every intimate relationship, one person is always ready to discard the other. The one who doesn't want to be discarded is the buyer, and the one who who could do without is the seller. So one person is always saying, "Well, it can be worse. I can make up the other shortcoming in other ways." And the other person's like, "Oh my God, where are you at? Are you mad? What's going on?" Blah, 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 right? I finished it off with the girl you mentioned. The girl you're dating started out as the seller and then became the buyer due to her lack of experience. Because she's a younger girl and she flipped out on him, right? Because here's the thing: when it comes to dating, the woman always initially, and the man, in pretty much all cases, in pretty much every case, the man starts out the buyer and the woman starts out the seller, right? Because when you look at a bitch and you see her, right? What is the whole purpose of you even wanting to get to know her more? Because not because of something she said most of the times, it's because she looks good, right? So woman starts out the dating market as the seller. And the seller is the one who's in control, right? The seller is the one who's dictating prices, dictating, rules, laws, deals. The seller, when you go to that car lot is making all the rules, and you come in there trying to buy some shit. And the buyer's like, well, what can I get for this? And so the seller, especially if they're a good seller, right? Lamborghini is not in the market of trying to make advertisements. Everybody knows who Lamborghini is, right? Just like a good looking bitch, right? She walks down the street, everybody can see that bitch. And that's all she got to do is sell. She don't have to scream out, I'm single. All she got to do is walk down the street in them tight pants. And she's advertised. She's the seller, right? And the buyer is always at the disadvantage. The buyer is always hoping they can get away with something, hoping they get more attention, hoping somebody likes them and all that shit like that. So initially speaking, men are always initially the buyer in the beginning. In most ways, unless you're like very popular, like a celebrity or something like that, unless you're in that realm, majority of men will always be the buyer. Now, what he did was, the guy I was talking to earlier this morning, he ended up flipping it, and I don't think he fully realized how he did it. And this is the scenarios like him is what I get on about. There's many guys who accidentally do alpha shit and don't even realize they did it, right? But and it's cool when it works out, but on the back end, when it doesn't work out, is when he fucks around and stays the buyer too long, and he can't even categorize what happened properly. That's when it goes wrong, right? Because I've done it. I've accidentally fell in that alpha level shit and didn't even know how I ended up there. You know what I mean? Because something just completely blew my mind, type of thing. I mean, it's not blew my mind. Something completely just completely slipped my mind. I wasn't paying attention. Next thing I know, this woman's like cooking me breakfast and and asking me for sex, right? And I completely accidentally got there. It happens. Most guys are gonna go through that at some point with some woman, right? Every guy has that story of the woman who loved him at first for whatever reason, and then he don't know what happened and it just fucked up and lost. Like it happens, dude. It happens, right? But he's dating this beautiful bitch. When he's like the girl he's dating, well, she ended up breaking it up because she flipped out and all this. But that bitch that he had was a legitimate, like in America. Oh, that girl would have men buying her a house within 2 minutes of stepping foot on American soil. That girl was beautiful, right? was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. What's up, McTown Forever? Beta Male Police. What's up, Beta Male Police? That's right, AD. It's like you said in one of your videos years ago. Women are to be bought. That makes us men the buyers by default. Oh yeah, Black Panther. Yeah, it's always that for sure. It's always that, man. Women are women. Yeah, because then the other argument is always going to be, well, I'm not property. I'm not to be bought and all that stuff like that. But then on the back end, it's like, well, whenever a dude try to come up to you and not try to buy you with something, you played him like shit. So it's like, I mean, like, if a dude ain't coming up to you looking like he can buy you or just flat out bought you, you don't want him. So it's like, this is why you don't listen to what women say, right? Because if you spend time listening to what women say, you're gonna become a fool just like a woman. But the big difference is, woman can get away with being fool because she has the costume of woman and somebody wants to fuck it. Whereas having the costume of man doesn't get that same reaction. D, what's up, everyone? D said, "What's up, Mo? Oh yeah, I meant to read off let me make sure nothing, because I've seen the message and I wanted to wait till now to read it off. But if there's anything personal in it, I'm not gonna read it. If it'll load up. I don't know why it's frozen. Okay, here it is. Okay, so let me just skim through it to make sure there's nothing, no personal information, something that shouldn't be shared. Okay, yeah. This doesn't like there's anything too personal or revealing. So if I stumble on something, I shut the fuck up. I'll catch myself because saying work, being in that gym, logic. I essentially mindset. Yeah, so this is more asking the okay. But yeah. So let me read D's comment and then I'll read this message. D says, what's up, everyone? I had a woman get mad at me for not opening a door for her with one smoothie in her hand. She waited 1 second. She told me, "Did you expect me to open a door for you?" Yeah, of course, yeah. You did the right thing. I mean, unless you was just in the mood to open a door for a motherfucker, you don't have to do it. I don't think you did anything wrong, D. Because this is not illegal for you to not open a door for somebody, but women walk around expecting people to just give them something for free. That's just woman's mentality, dude. You can't. What's up, Joe Pill? You can't really be mad at that. August Lines, accidental alpha. Oh yeah, dude. I'm sure everybody in here has had a situation of becoming the accidental alpha and didn't realize what they did or how they did it, and then before it was too late. It's like, how the fuck were she? She used to call me all the time. I don't know what happened. Then leads to okay, because again, in the professional side, I'm working with most of my clients are women, right? And do the issues that women look the way women will truly toss around men is unbelievable. Well, I've said this before. The way women do that and rank men and rank women in their life, and like I said before, like birds of a feather flock together with women. If the mother girl's too pretty, she don't want to hang out with them pretty girls, right? The way women, let me tell you something, the way women go through, truly see life and humans is appalling. It's seriously disgusting, right? It's amazingly disgusting, right? And I'm gonna go more in depth on that. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'm gonna put it up on YouTube because I want to dive more into the case that I just dealt with a couple hours ago, about 5 o'clock. But the way they just the way women just effortlessly, just completely, it's the way it's just this effortless sense of entitlement. But she's supposed to be the number one, right? It's always, and I told my dad, I talked to my dad about it. I said, at some point you would think that women would come together and start to grow, but they don't. Like you would think at some point they would grow out of not being the prettiest girl and not being this, like you would think at some point with all this focus on women's intellect and they're the smarter sex or whatever the fuck they try to say, you would think at some point they would actually grow. They don't. I'm the therapist. So I'm telling you from firsthand experience, they don't. They don't. And they'll subject their own daughters to this shit, which I'm going to touch on that tomorrow morning on her. Because she has, okay, both of my clients Both of my clients, both these two girls that I'm dealing with now, chronically consistently, they both of them have issues with the mom, and this is another thing I covered last week, and I'm gonna read this message off as soon as I get done with this ramble. Both of these two female clients, both of them have, I would say, severe issues stemming from the mom, right? Maybe not severe as in the sense like they're like, well, one is borderline self-harming herself. I wouldn't say it's to the point where they're like legitimately just cutting themselves, but it would seriously shock the world to hear these stories that are coming from the mother. And more, I would say at least 80% of the cases, the mothers are the ones who are ultimately behind the kid being fucked up. But this is how it usually plays out. It usually plays out as when they're kids, the woman knows how to dress it up so where the kid doesn't realize what she's actually doing. You know, she'll dress it up with a smile or redirect it. But then when that kid hits about 20 and 21, 22, like clockwork, the kid wakes up and say, no, wait a minute, mom was really the fucked up one. It wasn't dad. Well, look at Eminem. Eminem flat out admitted that shit on his CDs fucking 20 years ago. Because he thought his dad was the one that was fucked up. And he grew up and he seen it. No, it was actually his mom that was doing all this. It's like clockwork. I'm in the professional field of doing it. And I'm telling you, this is clockwork. It's all it. Out of all the people I've had, all the people, counting even before doing it professionally, let's say back when I was doing tutoring, and I would always end up in this path. Whenever a parent was brought out to be blamed, it would usually when it was the same path. It was, you know, my mom kept my dad away or whatever, blah 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 blah, and then my mom would say or do something, and then when I realized when I got older that my mom didn't prepare me for shit, I didn't know something, she attacked me for my weight or for my height or for how much money I had or whatever the fuck. It's the same thing. And the thing is, women get away with this shit. Right? And society has no idea. Society has no idea because women just smile, look fuckable, and motherfuckers just don't, they let them get away with murder. I'm telling you, as a legitimate professional, I would look, you're hearing it from me. So you might fuck around and come across a published paper written by me. Right? I'm telling you, women should definitely not be allowed to raise a child completely alone. She shouldn't, that should be illegal. Women raising children completely alone, it should get to a point where they got to be appointed a man from like there should be in no scenario should a woman be left completely alone with children. Shouldn't happen. I think that should be illegal. I think it should be illegal. Wait, so let me read this comment. So it says, what's up, AD? On the last live stream, you've mentioned how you talk about women's problems in your line of work. I work in the gym, and I see a lot of girls mentally messed up. Let me further explain. Most dudes in the gym just want a girl, and if they don't get it, they just move on with their day. On the other hand, a lot of women want to be like men. A lot of the women want to be like men and are mentally messed up. When I try to bring up some logic and some advice, they simply do not understand or convince themselves they are right. Yeah. Essentially, they have a childlike mindset. If one girl is getting more attention, the other girl gets mad and tosses a fit. Yep. If one girl has a man, now she's in the hunt to get a man. Yep. When I look at their behavior, it is very much childlike. It is hard to reason with them, and they bring up some random points that do not fit with an argument. In your line of work, how do you deal with the childlike behavior of the clients that you have? Well, my issue, me coming in as essentially a therapist, counselor, therapist, whatever the fuck, technically it's a counselor. From my position, my job in the professional field in this context is to just keep her talking for an hour, right? That's really it, right? Because here's the thing. I'll be totally honest with you guys. This field is I thought about this earlier. when I was writing a friend of mine. And I'd be totally, clearly, brutally honest about my own accomplishment in life in this field. I would put psychologists, therapists, counselors, mental health counselors, whatever, this whole field, I would put this pretty much in the same realm of alchemy. Meaning, there is some logic, but a lot of it's just pseudoscience bullshit. A lot of it's just pseudoscience. A lot of it's pseudoscience bullshit. Did I miss the email, RBT? I probably missed the email. Cause I got updated Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Am I forgetting shit? But no. Okay. So real quick. Um. Again, I'm okay. My job, okay, when I'm doing this in a professional setting, right? Which I fucking hate doing, but I'm doing this for the hours. I'm not doing this. I'm real okay. I'm getting paid from the VA. I'm not even getting paid there. The military's paying me to do this shit to keep the hours up to stay legit in the U.S. Which I don't think I'm even gonna make it this far because I hate the process of doing it in a professional way, right? Because I think I think psychologists, therapists, mental health. I think majority of them are terrible people. If I got to be truly honest with you, I think they're terrible humans for the fact that you make people have to pay $150 to talk to you to try to get some legitimate connection, and then you have to rush them off the phone after an hour and make them pay $100 again to talk to you. Well, these are humans. They breaking down. They crying. The girl, she was just crying, talking to me. They breaking down because they don't have anybody to talk to, right? This person has nobody to talk to so much that they're willing to pay me to sit down and talk to me, right? About personal issues they might get, they get roasted on in real life for bringing this shit up, right? Especially this girl I'm talking to now. She get in the real world, she got roasted for everything we talked about in that meeting. Which my thing is not the roast. My thing is my purpose for bringing it back here is to show you that, this shit exists. This is what it is. Because it's almost like a locked away world in reality. But I think most of them are horrible people. I think most of the workers in here are terrible people. For the reason of I got a software update, okay. For the reason that they just try to rush people. Because if anybody's ever worked with me, if anybody is watching has ever worked with me, as let's just, for lack of better words, a client, because I hate calling people clients. I hate doing that. But for anybody who's ever worked with me, whoever will tell you, I have never watched the clock. If anything, I'll stay on longer than you'll stay on, right? But there's been times I've stayed on for 4 or 5 hours straight in one call and didn't even ask for money, right? And I hate asking for money. I personally hate it, right? But again, my opinion, I do find counseling, therapy, psychologists. There are a lot of interesting points. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of interesting points. I think there's a lot of interesting theories. But at the end of the day, it's pseudoscience bullshit, right? And the reason I say that is because, yes, while there are definitions of this and of that, well, the total amount of mental gymnastics that you can have going on in your head, which would lead you to a path, are wild, right? So there is no universal fix that's coming directly from me to directly help you that I can be certain of, because how you came to that can be totally different than how somebody else came to that. And for me and there's no way I can know this, right? There's no way I can know how your brain is lighting up and firing unless we sit down and just break down shit logically, because you're trying to get to a specific point, right? But if you're not trying to get to a specific point, you're coming to me just totally lost and all that. Here is the magic trick that psychologists, therapists, counselors, here is literally the magic trick that they use is to get you to keep talking. That way you talk yourself into thinking you figure something out, right? Now, these fucking, the treatment plans and all that is pseudoscience, dude. You want to know why? Because I have STEM degrees. So I can tell you what actual science is, all right? Science is being able to go over there and replicate that same result, whether you dealing with, whether you in Peru, or you in Argentina, or you in Pakistan, right? A science means if you get 2 sticks and you get 2 sticks, you have a total of 4 sticks. That same logic will happen whether you're in the North Pole or you in Canada, right? 99% of the time, 99% of the time, it's gonna be, it's 99%, hold on, 99% of the time, you're gonna get the exact results. Yeah, this is it. This is it. RBT. It's just labeled different, but I can go ahead and change it if you want the title to look different. I can do that. But yeah, but here's it with psycho. Oh shit! Not right there. What the fuck, motherfucker? But yeah, it's pseudoscience, especially in that professional. Okay, especially in that professional setting, because again, their job. Okay, because they're going to charge you and they're going to count the clock, right? They're going to count. And see, maybe I got this from dealing with hookers and shit like that. But like the best hookers are the ones who don't watch the clock. Like that makes you feel like you're more like, you know, living in a real way instead of just being a transaction, right? And that's why I think the profession is, I think many of them are just awful people. A lot of them hate their, here's the thing, out of all the professionals who I've come across, all of them look like they hate their lives, right? I have not met one who genuinely seemed like they were happy with their life, right? Because I had to do a Zoom call with like 13 others, right? None of them look like they're happy. None of them look like they genuinely are happy with their lives. None of them. Not one. Not one. Oh, my mouse quit working. I think my battery died. I think it died. Fuck. Okay. Well, I switched to the trackpad. Those as oh man, let me tell you, yee whatever. Okay. There was a guy who came to who flew here to see me, right? In Prague. I'm trying to get my mouse. What the fuck is okay. There was a guy who flew here to see me in Prague, and he actually and we went out drinking, and he was able to witness it, right? With these prescription medications. I don't know if he caught it, but it happened while we were sitting there drinking, and this, you know, these two older white bitches came sit down next to us. So I just started talking to them. And I told her what I do for a living. And she goes, oh, well, you got clients? Well, prescribe them send them to me, and we both can make a deal on me prescribing them, for me giving them medication. Because she asked if I can prescribe, and I said, no, I can't prescribe, I can just recommend. And she goes, oh, okay, well, we can, you know, pretty much saying like, yeah, we can make a partnership, just send them to me, and I give you a cut of it, and we could give them pills, right? So when it comes to these therapists, again, I've never intentionally lied to you, right? Maybe it was a mix up in words or some shit like that, but I've never directly intentionally lied to you. There are so many of them who will cut a deal with whomever to get the pills to you. Because the pills are, okay, because here's the reality of how pills work. You come to me, you know, oh, I'm fucked up, life, I'm laying in bed for 3 days at a time, and I'm not getting out, and I'm thinking of you know, I'm just so depressed, and blah, 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 blah. And then what I can do is say, oh, well, hey, well, you know, if it's getting too hard, you know, maybe some medication can help subside the pain while you come, you know, keep coming back to see me, right? This is how the professional world's gonna treat you. So step one is to draw this shit out as long as possible, because that means there's more money in my pocket, right? If I can talk you in while you're in your weak point to keep coming back to see me, I'm gonna keep taking money, at least $150 an hour out of your pocket, right? Then on top of that, what's going to elongate it even more? Should be 24 minutes. Okay. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. So what's going to elongate it even more is that once, okay, when I get you that medication, when I get when I get the medication to you in some form, well, now the medication is just you're going to put, like, you're not dealing with the problem. It's just pushed it off to the side, and you're gonna keep coming back because you're gonna slowly keep coming back because deep down you're gonna know you weren't fit. Nothing was actually assessed or fixed or rectified. So you're gonna keep coming back for a little while, and you're gonna think, oh, okay, I'm fine. I don't need to come back because you're hooked on the medication, because you're fucking high, right? Motherfucker, because you hooked on heroin, right? So then you're gonna go off in the world thinking you all right. And then you're going to go, oh, I'm fine. I don't need to take heroin no more. You're going to put the heroin down, have a fucking nervous breakdown, and come running back to me on the phone, calling me 5 times a fucking day, begging to talk to me again because the original problem was never fixed. And that's how they build their clientele. That's how it works. And that's why I don't like them. That's why I don't deal with them. If I don't have to, I don't fuck with them. If anybody's worked with me, I have never intentionally drawn out anything. Right now, if you choose to keep coming, if you want to keep talking to me, that's cool. But I've never done that. So let me check this email again because I keep missing it. Wait, okay, hold on. But it's it said baby on the thing. Yeah, it's the same video with the girl with the pastel looking shit. I'm pretty sure it's the same video, man. Oh yeah. Oh no. This one says 24. It says 24/22. So this is it. But yeah, that's I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of other professionals. Because I know their tricks. I know the mind games. I know the tricks they're gonna try to pull. I know how they're gonna try to get you to talk yourself into it, talk yourself into. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna answer you directly. I'm upfront with you. I'm brutally honest with you. I'm not gonna run you around in fucking circles, dude. I fucking hate people that do that shit. Right? There's a reason why I don't hang out with them. There's a reason why I don't email those people. I don't talk to those people. They barely even know I exist. There's a reason why. Mario says, yep, sounds about right. That's pretty much how I believed it worked and knew nothing about it. Yeah, the meds are a crutch. You're dependent on a pill to be stable. Yeah, Nick. Well, Nick, that's how it works. They're just playing drug dealer. Okay. Here's the thing. Most professional therapists, counselors, psychologists you're going to come across are essentially the OnlyFans of prostitution, right? It's the OnlyFans of prostitution. They're not quite prostitutes because they're not on the street walking and fucking, but it's a woman selling her body and in sex shit for money, right? So you can't quite call it prostitution, but it's prostitution. So the therapists, psychologists, and they are the drug dealers of of mental health. That's exactly what it is. What's up? Ron says, what's up, Eddie? Are these women clients in the U.S.? They're in the U.S. I came across a few women, but I think women are a bit more passionate in their own language when it comes to shit like this. Or maybe they just don't want to talk to me. I don't know. But no, they're American women. But here's the thing. They're like, well, even like with me doing YouTube, it's like these wild jumps of like walks of life type of thing. So one girl, one is just, hooked on, well, she's not hooked on drugs, but she's, drinking and partying. The other one's, fresh out of college. And, you can look at her and tell she's well educated, well maintained and all that. And yeah, so it varies for sure. But they're all in America. These are all in America. Because I would prefer not to work with women. And I'll tell you why. Okay. But now, after dealing with her today, after dealing with these for over the last couple of weeks, now I'm kind of not really minding because I've more adapted to working with women because women are far more okay. In the professional setting, I could work with women. In the non-professional setting, I don't want to do it because in a non-professional setting, I'm too brutally honest, and women hate accountability. Okay, I don't want to say accountability because that's leading it towards I'm just blaming them, but women do not like. Women value more the process of just venting over actually coming to a logical conclusion, right? So if you could just keep the bitch talking about her emotions, oh, she'll run up that hour like that, right? And you won't even get a word in, right? Women care. Women do not care about fixing anything, right? So in a professional world, that works. You just get her to talk for an hour. Okay, boom, done. Bye. See you next week. But in my real, in how I operate, personally speaking, um, I don't like to beat around the bush. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna beat you up or blame you, but I hate. I don't do that. I just don't have the patience for that. So anyway, let's just start on this video real fast.
When I did become famous, I was scared to date like a regular guy because I felt like they were gonna steal from me. They were gonna take pictures of me while I was sleeping. But there's like things that I guess I remember that I wanted to do and I just didn't necessarily fit.
Like what?
I think perception also is another thing. Like, for example, they'll be like, okay, we want you to come on this show, but when we introduce you, you know, we want you to be at the pool with a really big hat on and a bikini and, you know, the heels with a martini. And I'm just like, yo, that's not me. And I would have to fight against it. And they're like, you know, and then I would just find myself doing things that I didn't want to do because I had to make money.
That's how mommies learn to make work and built the life that you've built for him.
Yeah, totally.
Which is impressive. Like, you're a hustler. You like figured it out.
And ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, it's like when my son is 20, 30 years old, he's not going to be like, Mom, I hate you because you were a stripper before I was born.
Somebody asked me that the other day, like, how are you going to feel like there's so many naked pictures of you? Like, how are you going to explain that to your son? And I was like, I mean, bodies are like not like women's bodies don't always need to be sexual. Sometimes they can. Like, I want him to feel like women's bodies are just bodies, you know? And then also, yeah, there's an element where like the world where we live in, like that's a way that mommy learned to succeed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the way that mommy learned to succeed. The problem, okay, that just one problem is going to be, okay, how is the son going to take it? We don't know. We don't know how the son's going to take it, right? She doesn't know. We won't know until it gets there. The possibility of him being mad or feeling weird about it can grow into something random, you know, at 20, 25, 30, or it could pass by. They could bypass that and just be and it be the kids at school find, you know, mommy's naked pictures and everybody start bullying at school, right? But that's too much thought. Most women aren't going to think that deeply into anything because then accountability starts to trickle in, and no woman likes that.
I like don't have sex.
You don't have sex?
No, I hate sex.
Why do you hate sex?
It's like, I'm just like, it's so accessible and like, I don't want a penis attached to like a person.
You're like, I could do without that.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with any toxicity. And I feel like nowadays everyone is toxic.
Men.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Women too, though, but.
For sure, of course, but.
Men, yeah. No woman feels like they can come out and say, hey, I've been abused, I've been emotionally abused, I've been psychologically abused, maybe even physically abused. Look what they did to Meg Thee Stallion. Ugh. You can't even tell your story. You know, you're a clout chaser, you just want attention, or I know you've been through that.
Oh my God, all the time.
It's like, why now? Why are you saying it now? And it's like, I'm saying it now because I feel like I'm strong enough to say it now. You know?
The blame always falls to women.
It's terrible.
It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected
I don't even know what's happening with the Memphis Police Department, but based off what he said, I told him, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Whenever you put a woman in charge, and I hate to say it, dude, but yeah, Okay, and I thought about this earlier today. Out of all the black women bosses I had, there was one who was great, and I brought her up last week. She was my boss when I worked as a tutor. I think we had a few little issues here or there, but it was nothing major. I think I probably missed an appointment or something like that 'cause I didn't know. But this was like I was there for years, and yeah, I never had an issue. But outside of her, whenever I thought of a black, here's the thing with black women as bosses, and maybe other people can agree with me on this. Okay, women in general have so much to juggle in doing anything of importance in the world, right? Because on one hand, the woman's nature is to wait for importance to just happen, right? And then use it. But now she's put in a position where she has to be the one that makes something happen. And that just completely fights the millions of years behind woman's development as Homo sapien, right? So every now and then you find some who can juggle it. Every now and then, right? But what modern society is asking out of women, and I touched on this last week. Modern society is asking women to juggle being both man and woman at the same time. When woman can barely juggle just being woman at one time, right? And now it's society, women fought to become women and men at the same time. The women, they fought for that, right? So motherfuckers gave it to them. Regrettably, they gave it to them, right? Because on the back end, nobody forced men to become women at the same time, right? Now they're trying to push it with this whole agenda of oh, I'm a victim. I died before I was born 6 years ago, and all that goofy shit like that. They're trying to push that, relatively speaking, subliminally trying to turn men into bitches, right? But men never fought to want to be woman, right? Now, man stayed man, and man took the positives and the negatives that came along with being man, but man never tried to go in and get the benefits of woman, whereas woman tried to go in and get the benefits of man. So since motherfuckers gave it to them, now they have to juggle two genders, at a moment's notice. So what tends to happen especially with black women, when they're put in this position, they have this very weird sense of trying to assume authority, and it's just cringy the whole time you look at it. Every time I remember I had a black female boss when I worked at a gas station years ago. And I think I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken for like a day because I couldn't do KFC. I worked there for one. I didn't even make it through the shift. It was just awful. But it's like they had woman has no sense of awareness to genuinely run something of value, right? So they end up running with this super awkward trying to be authoritative. Women are always here's the thing. Okay. They're always trying to do this whole, I could be everything. I could be your friend, your confidant, your lover, your whore, your housewife, and I could be a man and a woman, wherever I need to be. No, bitch, you can't. Stop it. You're hurting yourself. Quit. Just stop. Right? And out of all this frustration, because now you want to be man and woman because you've seen 10% of the benefit that man gets for being man, and thought you can deal with the other 80 to 90% of the disadvantages of being man. Now a woman's stuck in the position of working. She don't want to do that shit. Right? So now what you have is every woman in the workforce, every woman is secretly hoping that a man is just going to come and give them something and take them out of it. Every single woman. Every single woman. Every single woman is secretly hoping that a man is going to come down and take them out of it so they don't have to, actually admit to being, retarded. But no, but what this guy said about this, yeah. That is generally going to be the consequence for having a woman in charge. I say it all the time. Everybody, I don't even know what's happening with me. Let's Google it. I don't even know what's happening with the Memphis Police Department. But I can tell you, I can give you. Hang on. I can give you a good enough summary. I will guarantee you, everybody's frustrated. Nobody knows where anything is. Everybody's mad. Everybody's confused. Everybody's lost. There's going to be completely random violent outbursts. I can already tell you what's going on because a woman's running it. Right? Again, everything's lost. Nobody knows what's going on. Everything's held together by a paperclip. I can already tell you. I already know what's going on. Okay, so here it is. I might need I might can't tune in because I might need a VPN because some of these. Okay, so yeah, some news stations they block their thing to the U.S. Escape Memphis Police Department for synthetic policing issue. Oh, I did stumble upon this. The video where the dude he screamed for his mom. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I got a video to do, but I could already tell you what it is. Yo, August Lion, that's crazy. Like, your comment is showing up in my side of the chat box, but it's not showing up on YouTube, or it's showing up at completely random places that makes absolutely no sense. So August Line, I can see your comment on actual YouTube, but it's not showing up in the chat. So it says female bosses are the worst. I'm trying to read it because it's small as fuck. Female bosses are the worst. They either don't know how to handle problems, or they way overreact. Yeah, that's just yeah. I can already. Everybody's emotions are just wildly out of control. Nobody knows where anything is. Everybody's confused. Everybody's mad. You can't find anything when you need it. Yeah. But they smiling so they can be cute. And when they get a visitor, they'll dress up. Oh, well, yeah. And nobody pays attention. Yeah, that's how it works.
Or put some black woman in charge of the police force, and we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers.
Yeah, so here's a little what happened between Sierra and Jason Whitlock as well. Okay, so Jason Whitlock, as a black man, Sierra responds to the video, says, as a black man, to get on national TV and say something like this is irresponsible. A lot of amazing kids have come from single mothers. For you to also undermine single black women in the midst of this tragedy, is so sad. This woman just lost her son. Do better. And he says, I appreciate the feedback, Sierra, but at some point we are going to have to deal with the negative impact of baby mother culture.
Yes.
It's destructive and unsustainable. Come up out of denial. Denial won't fix the problem. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Jason Whitlock, I agree with you. But one thing women hate is accountability and logic. Now you're just being a misogynist because you actually said something that made sense. Yeah, and what does Ciara say? Some old goofy shit. Because again, women don't like to think outside of 5 feet in front of their fucking face. Look, some great guys did come from single mothers. But guess what? That guy had to go off and learn how to become a man from another man. Right? Not you, Ciara. Your son's not gonna learn this from you. Ciara, you don't know how to raise a man. Fucking period. Right? Every scenario where the man did not go out and learn from other men how to be a man, they usually end up extremely submissive. They end up, education-wise speaking, they end up horribly behind. I knew a few guys that I worked with off here. They told me, yeah, I didn't even know how to read when I got out of high school because I grew up with a single mother. Women do not look. But again, it's a woman, man. They're not gonna look. She's not gonna say anything that makes sense. Okay, you just gotta accept it. Let's move on.
So this is
I feel like it's really awkward for men in their 40s to be ghosting women because now I'm confused. I'm not really sure if you're not interested or if you actually had a heart attack and died.
It's probably because they're not interested.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone talk about this yet. I want to share my experience with aging. I'm 37 now. I'm going to be 38 in a week.
No!
And in the last year or so, I've really struggled with my appearance. And it's not so much of like a shallow thing, not wanting to look old.
This is why men laugh. When we see women in their 20s acting as if they're going to be young forever. No, you're not going to be young forever. This is going to be you in a few years. Your looks are going to fade.
I know I'm not old yet.
Are you serious?
But if you're 20 something, you're like, oh, you are old.
Let me tell you something, man. This is another thing, man. Look, women are so active. Women will love to put the blame. It doesn't matter how pathetic it comes out. They want to put the blame on something else somewhere else. It's always something. Look. This whole sex and I say this all the time. This whole standard of physical standards for women and all this shit like that. This is women doing that to other women, right? The amount of stress a woman goes through for not being choosable by men, right? Is you wouldn't believe it. What goes through their mind. And I say this all the time. The absolute height of a woman's life is to be desirable to men. Everything else can fall because she can get because as long as she's desirable to man, now she can get men to buy her whatever she wants. A man will buy her a house, a car, whatever the fuck, right? She'll get honorary degrees, whatever the fuck, just because she's underneath this motherfucker, right? But again, listen to me. The height of a woman's life is to be desirable to men. Queen Elizabeth, before she died, if she could have had one wish, I would guarantee you she would have wished to be pretty. Deep down, she can compete with some other pretty girl, pretty woman, right? It doesn't matter what profession they're in, none of that. And I've said this before, from the heroin addict hookers to the fucking doctors to the female surgeon in the medical room. When that prettier girl than her walks in the room, she's mad. Again, woman's highest, her peak in life is when she knows she's desirable to men. University, none of that other shit matters. Right? Now there are some who just genuinely like to study neuroscience. That shit can happen. It's not very common, but it happens. But even then, the number one priority is to be desirable to a man, right? And here's that men fall in these scenarios too. And both sides kind of go through this in some phase, but I don't think men truly understand how much women need men. And like I say before, like I say all the time, men the world has the realities completely backwards on pretty much every concept, everything, every theory. The reality of it is, man, you want woman for pleasure, right? You more just want woman, whereas men think they need women initially, right? Because they're pretty, you want to fuck them, you want to come in their face, all that shit. Like I get it, right? But the reality of it is, as man, you just want a woman, right? Now, there's some guys who commit suicide and all that because, the girl didn't want him or left him or cheat on him, whatever, blah, 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 right? But hear me out. When you legitimately sit down and you okay, as a professional, you pick minds of women to where they're like literally sitting down in front of you, breaking down, crying. It's over man, I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna be the most pathetic shit that you would have thought woman would have grew out of when she turned 10. They don't. And this woman right here is trying to beat around the bush that she's mad because she can't compete because she's just not 22. and she's beating around the bush for it. That's all this is.
If you're 60, I'm not old, you know? It's all relative.
I get it. I get what she's saying. But 37 is kind of old for women, especially if you're single.
But it's not even that I'm like upset about a wrinkle or a blemish or a pigmentation. It's this just really weird phenomenon that happens where you don't recognize yourself and you're trying to look like you always have.
Yeah.
And not in an age way, but just in a recognizing yourself.
Yeah. And what I want to add on to is this, because I used to go in on this a while back too. See, the dilemma. Okay, like I said, okay, because the female friend I had, well, she was out in Ukraine. Now she's out in the UK somewhere. So I wrote her a few. I got to write her back. I never wrote her back. What I found was that women who come from these more poorer countries, that they're not poor countries, but like, you know, they're not rich. Like the average wage is like $300 there or something like that. See, they don't have time to put up this whole facade and act like, yeah, no, that's not the problem. It's this, you know, no. They'll be real with you, dude. And I still remember. We sat in this little coffee shop because she was teaching me Russian. We sat in this coffee shop. And after you know the lesson was done with her teaching me Russian, and she was actually a good teacher. I still got my notebook somewhere. I don't know where it is because somebody moved it. But she just flat out told me. She goes, "Yeah, the older I'm getting, the older I'm getting, the higher my standards are, and no man's gonna want me at my age." Because she was like 32, 33 at the time. She's probably mid-30s now. This was 2 or 3 years ago. And this is real shit. See, this red pill shit, see, bitches are not mad at red pill because we're coming up with random, you know, theories that don't make sense. Bitches don't like red pill because it's the truth. It's the truth. CHRUF. This is why women don't like red pill. It's because it's the reality. Right, and it beat them to the core. It beat them to the core of why they even exist and what they're even selling. The same reason why bitches are all on here mad because them deep fake porn videos and came out. The only reason them bitches are mad is because the world beat them at what their whole value ever was in it. Right. If you could just turn on and see Pokimane fucking, you motherfuckers would stop watching Pokimane. Right? Because that's the whole reason of her existence. She knows it. Stop trying to play fucking stupid. She knows exactly why she's doing it. She knows exactly why she's getting paid, why motherfuckers tune in to see her. Because she's getting dolled up and sitting in front of a fucking camera as woman. And she knows motherfuckers want to fuck her because she's fuckable. That's it, right? And the only reason she's going to get mad about them deep fakes is because they beat her to the punch. That's the only reason she's mad. Fucking Bella Delphine, she already said fucking started doing porn. She already started sucking dick on camera. Bitches know it. From all the bitches shaking their little ass on TikTok to the bitches doing Twitch. They all know it. It's not a fucking secret. Right? It's not a secret. It's not a, you know, no. And so like where I started, yeah, the reason why women are mad about red pill is not because red pill is slanderous. No. It's because red pill is hitting the shit right the nail on the fucking head every time. That's why I don't like red pill. Because what little game they had in all this shit has now been destroyed, right? That's why. Yo, I've been drinking a lot of water. I'm gonna go take a bathroom, BAFRUM. I'm gonna take a bathroom break and I'm gonna be right back, all right? Because I've been drinking a lot of water. I'll be right back. Here we are. He back. Anthony, what's up, Anthony? You say you love this trailer. Thanks. So let's continue.
And so I'll do my eyebrows, and I'm like, well, that didn't do it. Okay, maybe I just need more concealer. And then that doesn't do it.
Time to throw on 5 more
And then
pounds of
you
makeup.
realize
Yep.
you've lost volume in your face.
Yep.
And I now have these like really deep, they're just hollow, right? And just all these things have changed that makeup can't change. I guess plastic surgery or like augmentation injections can maybe fix.
This is a nightmare for most women. Waking up one day and not being able to compete in the marketplace because you don't look as good as you used to. And on top of that, you don't get the same attention you used to get from men. I understand why she's panicking.
But it's just odd to seek yourself in the mirror or on camera and not be able to find it, and having to become okay with this new person.
Bruh.
It's kind of the same way. Like, I swear, it's just like one day you're like, oh, I look like this. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't look like that. I look older and more tired. Let me do what I'm used to doing. The normal mascara, the normal eyeliner, whatever it is. And then that doesn't work and you're faced with aging. It's just it's okay, but it's definitely a trip.
Okay, and like I say all the time, when this situation comes up, I'm gonna go a level deeper, right? The reason why women will be so ashamed of aging. Let's use this woman as an example. The reason why she will be so ashamed of aging is because, and women will never admit to this shit, is because she remembers when she's seen women who look like this when she was 20 and looked down on them. She thought lesser of them. That's why this is hurting so bad. And now it's like, oh, now I'm that thing now, you know. See, she can't see. So when this, especially among women, when this happens, she doesn't want to go down in the dating market, right? Because those people are inferior to her, right? Don't never forget that, right? If you're equal or lesser than a woman, that whole group is inferior to her, right? And here's the thing. Okay, here's a perfect example. A woman who starts to hit her late 30s and she just can't, and let's say she has bad genetics and she just can't, she can't look like how she did no matter how much makeup. She can't do that. It would be the equivalent of, let's say, like Adolf Hitler had a skin disease where he started to turn dark brown, right? Because he truly thought they were in brown motherfuckers were inferior. So it's like that is torture, dude. Like it hurts so, it would hurt Hitler so much more than like a regular, like a regular normal white dude who didn't care about this shit, right? Hitler, because see, in Hitler's mind, he looked at Mexicans and Africans and was Indian. He looked down on them as if they were the lesser creatures, right? So if Hitler's skin started to turn brown, he'd be in here saying similar shit. Like, oh, well, I tried to put on makeup, it didn't work, and what do I do? Oh my God, it's this whole conundrum of shit. The reverse Michael Jackson, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. What's Revitiligo, Uncle Ruckus, no relation. I showed my girl Uncle Ruckus. She never seen him. Uncle Ruckus, no relation. They tried to make a movie of Uncle Ruckus. Whatever. I guess it never took off. I used to love them little clips on YouTube. You guys ever seen the promotion? The dude who did the voice for Uncle Ruckus, he was trying to get an Uncle Ruckus movie made. And he even wore like the big eye. It was like, hi. Like he was trying to get money. He was like, I know your coon ass got $1 million. Give me some money, Meta World Peace. There was some great clips, man. Like but he lost a lot of weight. He couldn't do Uncle Ruckus now. He lost a lot of weight. I can't remember his name. Uncle Ruckus, no relation. Revitiligo. Remember y'all remember that song? Well, Uncle Ruckus was, oh no, 103% chance of being African with a 3% chance of error. Like, why, God? Uncle Ruckus, no relation. I loved Uncle Ruckus. Oh, Bo, yeah, I loved Uncle Ruckus, dude. I love Uncle Ruckus. He was the best. He should just have it. They really should have took that character and made his own show off of him. Just had him just grow. He actually had a fucked up beginning though in life because his dad was beating the shit out of him. Like it was actually that episode was kind of sad for real. But just to see him like when he was maybe like 25 and just following around. Yo, I would guarantee if the dude who played Uncle Ruckus just paid for some. If he got together with some people and just made like 10-minute episodes of that shit, dude, I'd watch the hell out of that. Just watching Uncle Ruckus when he was like 25, right? And riding was a Monkey Obama. It just talking about save me. Wasn't nothing wrong with slavery. That shit was wild. I would love to watch Uncle Ruckus for fucking. Oh man, his theme music, I forget how it went. He goes to heaven. He goes to heaven and thinks he's white. Yeah, because he was with Ronald Reagan, was he? He was with Ronald Reagan up there. Yeah, you gotta love Uncle Ruckus. Anyway, let's continue with the video.
It's okay, but it's definitely a trip.
You see, the thing is, the more you rely on your looks, the harder it's going to hit you. It just feels like she relied on her looks a lot when she was younger. Ladies, if you're in your 20s right now, use your prime wisely because your looks will be gone fast.
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman.
Yeah, and like I said, you would think women would grow at some point and come together and be like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. You should, look good, but you shouldn't treat people lesser than it. You would think women would grow, but their nature, they can't. They can't. So, who is this? Taraji P. Henson? Is that how you say her name?
Right now, use your prime wisely because your looks will be gone fast.
I'm a grown woman, so you're like dating and let's just see. Those days are over. If there's nothing on this finger, here, this finger's naked, no one gets claimed. You don't get claimed until you claim me.
If you were worth being claimed, somebody would have claimed you. That's why you not claimed. See, you see how I was like trying to flip it on his. Like, you got to come with it. No, look, the reason why you not claimed is because nobody of value wanted to claim you. All right? Because nobody wanted you. You got the order backwards. If you so great, you so amazing, what's her name? Taraji P. If you so great and amazing, then where are all these great and amazing men coming? Why are you single? Again, like I said, Lamborghinis don't got a problem. Lamborghini don't have a problem selling Lamborghinis. There's a reason why, because it's Lamborghini. It's a high value product. It's a high value car, right? Relatively speaking, it's a high value car, right? Lamborghini don't got to walk around and say, well, if you want to buy a Lamborghini, you got to come spend $150,000. No. Lamborghini ain't walking around with an attitude talking about something, well, you see this bank account, you got to put some money in this bank before I give you this car. No, because Lamborghini's valuable. So motherfuckers go there and run to them with money. You know what I mean? And by the next 3 years in advance. You know what I mean? By the next 3-year model in advance. Lamborghini ain't running around with an attitude. Running to someone, how come you ain't buying me? You want to buy me? You better come with some more money. You better come with No. I mean, like, think about it. Think about it. Like, but again, this is woman. Accountability, worst enemy ever. She'd rather do whatever mental gymnastics to flip it on everybody, anything and everybody else.
Gets claimed. You don't get claimed until you claim me.
Has anybody claimed her yet? Last time I checked, she was 52 and single.
Like, wait, there's more.
I feel very proud to be able to look in the camera and say, I'm not that strong. Like, I'm fighting for my joy. Every day, it's a fight.
It's okay, baby.
What?
I'm somebody who, I'm a human, I'm flawed.
Be honest with me, what is the real reason why dating is so hard these days?
May I? May I? Is boys like to do this little thing where you'll be talking to them and everything will be going well and they'll tell you how much they like you and then they'll never speak to you again. So you'll ring them and you'll text them like you have been for the past 2-3 months and nope, they have disappeared off the face of the earth like aliens.
That's what happens when you get ghosted. She's probably one of those girls who send you those one-word messages that pisses you off so much. Every time you send her a long message, she replies back with a short answer. Sometimes guys get fed up and they stop talking to you.
We like to call ghosting. Ghosting exists. That's why dating is so hard. Ghosting.
Ladies, we are so funny. We're like, it's not hard to date us. I just need you to be obsessed with me, but you, not like too obsessed with me. You definitely need to call and text me every day, but you're one text away from being a literal stalker. I need you to make plans to hang out with me, but not too many plans. Like, do you have a life of your own? Ew. I need you to be financially independent and know how to make money, but not like too obsessed with money. You know what I mean? It's a red flag if you talk shit about your ex-girlfriend, but like don't talk about her too much. Like, are you obsessed with her? I definitely want cute gifts every now and then, but you can't buy my love. Like, come on.
She's right. Women don't know what they want. Sometimes doing the opposite of what they say is the way to go. Not always, but that's usually the way to go. She'll lose respect for you if you do whatever she says.
I need you to be like a raging feminist, but also like super manly and masculine at the same point in time. Like hang my TV up on the wall, but also know that I can do it myself, you know? I need you to make me laugh and not take life too seriously, but you also take life seriously. You know what I mean? I just like don't get why I'm single.
Women have no respect for those male feminists. Here's the thing. Don't let her change you, because as soon as she does, she'll leave you for the next guy.
So where are the southern Indiana, like Evansville area, Newburgh,
that's that Ohio quality
even
woman.
Princeton, Mount Vernon, like where are those guys?
What?
And even southwestern Kentucky, Henderson, Owensboro.
Those guys are all over the place. But the reality is, she might be 20 years too late. Women don't know how small their window is.
No.
Where are those?
Look, I tell you, look, I'm from Ohio. That whole area of quality of woman, she ain't too far off. She got motherfuckers hounding her. Because I'm from there. I'm from Cincinnati. But that area, oh my, that whole tri-state, that here's the thing, man. Like a lot of times, the further you get away from water, the worse the quality of women get. I'd say in Ohio, she fuck around and put some makeup on. Like, you can tell she's probably fat, but she fuck around and just put like a little bit. If she just gets a decent makeup job done, which is much harder said than done, especially with the intelligence of women in Ohio. But if she just gets a decent makeup job and just has her hair slightly done for Ohio, she fuck around and she's an Ohio 5.5 or 6, right? I would say just right off the bat. But again, women, oh my God, don't that whole area is with women, it's just mental retardation, right? Like, so asking her to put on some decent makeup would be one, nigh impossible, and two, even if she did and she was happy with it, she wouldn't. I've known women who would put on makeup and wouldn't take it off for 2 days because they were just so happy with it, and the intelligence to actually learn how to properly apply makeup was just so foreign to them that when they did put it on, they wouldn't want to wash their face. Right? I knew one girl. And we ended up becoming cool. It was that rare scenario where I was like her older brother. It was that rare scenario, and it happens. And she was a beautiful girl. But we got to talking, and it was clear this girl's a fucking child, dude. Mentally speaking. Like, on next level shit. She just got by because she was hot. But we ended up working in a writing center together. And I told her that was the only girl in America that I ever met who truly had it all together. From the shoes to how she dressed, to the hair, to the makeup, to how she walked around, she was the only girl that I've ever, and this is coming from running back and forth from Ohio State, from University of Dayton, and then even from community colleges, from the rich neighborhoods to the poor neighborhoods. That was the only girl who I've ever known in there that had that. And to be fair, she had her family had traveled and been around the world, so she had that influence of seeing sexy European bitches or sexy Argentina bitches or whatever, and she learned from that. But she was the only one. But no, back to the original topic. This woman for Ohio, she's right in the average range for Ohio. Yes. Now in Europe, she'd be just complete trash. She'd just be in Europe. I say New York City / Europe / I say California, Europe, New York City. She's dumpster shit, dude. But in Ohio, she's not too bad. She's Ohio. I would say she's an Ohio 5. I don't know, man. I'm from Illinois, Southern Illinois, and they don't even look that bad. I've never been to Illinois, so I guess I can't say. But I guarantee this woman has guys chasing her. This woman has guys chasing her.
In Princeton, Mount Vernon, like, where are those guys?
What?
And even southwestern Kentucky, Henderson, Owensboro.
Those guys are all over the place. But the reality is, she might be 20 years too late. Women don't know how small their window is. You got to find that guy before you turn 29 years old. And if I want to be generous, I'll say 34 years old.
Even though I was married to recently, well, a couple of years ago, married to somebody from Owensboro.
Bruh.
But yeah, long distance relationships don't work. Nobody has time to travel. I'm not going to travel somewhere to meet a guy. If he wants to travel here to meet me, like somebody from Louisville that's a couple hours away or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. So, hey, where are the Indiana guys and southwestern Kentucky guys? Single ones, if you're married, don't even bother. But hit me up if you're interested in talking.
Nope.
She was a wife, and now she's back on the market. Try to replace the last guy. I don't know what happened, but I'll say this, though. Ladies, you got to work harder on your marriages.
Ever just look at yourself and you're like, I'm too hot to be single.
Stop the cap.
I'm too hot. Like what? Like what?
She probably used to be hot 20 years ago. Now she's just invisible to men. Women get a head start in life. But at some point, men catch up, then the war catches up.
What's the craziest story that's ever happened to you?
Neymar Jr. DM'd me on Instagram.
Who? Neymar. No, right, Neymar.
Look at her face. She's so happy about this.
He called you tonight, too.
FaceTime me tonight.
Are you sure this? There we go, Neymar.
I don't know who Neymar is. I'm assuming he's a big name dude.
The question is, did you accept the FaceTime and do you want some of Neymar?
Oh, we're going to Paris in August.
You're going to Paris in August? We're going to fucking Paris.
Who's the guy in the white shirt? I hope that's not her boyfriend. If she had a husband, that marriage would have been over.
We're going to fucking Paris.
What do you
Hey, listen.
Hello?
Oh, God.
In honor of Valentine's Day being right around the corner, I'm going to talk about my exes, just to remind myself that I do not need a boyfriend. My first boyfriend and I broke up on Christmas. And on Christmas Eve, he made a group chat with my mom and his mom asking for all the presents he got me back. All he got me was fuzzy socks and hand sanitizers. My second boyfriend and I broke up on Friday the 13th. He cheated on me with a girl when he went to Young Life camp. I can't even remember my third boyfriend. Oh, he was my fourth and fifth boyfriends ended on semi-good terms. They're chill. Ex number 6 broke up with me on my brother's birthday, and a few nights before that, he called me another girl's name. I'm sure they're happy together, though. Their kids are gonna be really smart.
Looking for the guys that are into black hair, tatted women that can drive heavy equipment and still wear thigh highs? Where are you at?
Yeah, see, that's that's exactly what I'm talking about. Where she's trying to be a man and a woman at the same time because she's like I said. See, this is the equivalent of the duck face selfie. This is the equivalent of let's say like I don't know why I'm thinking of this dude. Probably because that muscle dude's right there on the side. That Dan Blitzerian, wherever that guy's name. He came out to be a fraud or whatever. But what this is the equivalent of like like a dude on the left and that picture on the left trying to take a duck face selfie and be like, hey, I totally like taking duck face selfies. What women want to hang out? See, it's that thing of thinking that you're going to beat the system by looking like you like what the other gender likes kind of thing. But again, women get away with that because she still has the costume of woman. But men don't get away with it. Okay, here's the thing. Men do not get away with going out there and leading with, I love baking cookies and wearing a pink apron, right? Now, I bake homemade cookies all the time, right? I made so many, I made myself sick last week off of them. But I'm not going to be walking around trying to lead with that shit. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? And wearing a pink apron, talking about some, hey, I was thinking of some dude I was going to imitate, but I can't think of his name. But I'm not going to walk out there like, hey, y'all, I like to bake cookies. Who want to go on a date? I like to get real emotional in movies and cry and all that. Who want to go on a date? It doesn't work the same way for men. But for women, like I said, see, that costume of woman gets her over.
This is a PSA, bitch. If you invite me to Valentine's Day and you are in a relationship, I will beat the shit out of you. Because I'm going home to me, myself, and I. And you are going home today.
We're all of my fellow single people. This is a reminder, you don't have to be in a relationship to be spoiled on Valentine's Day. Spoil yourself. Send yourself some chocolate-covered strawberries to the office to congratulate yourself on the awesomeness that you are. Or be like me and use it as an excuse to buy more books. Treat yourself to a spa day. Take yourself out to dinner. Or if that makes you feel uncomfortable, order some nice food in. Do something for yourself. Love yourself. That is just as important.
This is how I know men are trash, because today I got these delivered. Lovely, you might think, if you know who Red Flag Guy is, and now he's watching this, thanks to my flowers. The card went in the bin, the flowers went on the table. I will appreciate the flowers. I'm never going to go there again with you, but thank you.
Let's kick it off by saying Valentine's Day is not only about romantic love. Don't compare the love that exists in your life to the love that you think exists in someone else's life because of the way it looks on social media. You never have any idea what anyone else is experiencing, and this is a very, very key time to remember that. We all experience things at the time that we experience them for a reason, because that is in our best interest. If your life is not about romantic love right now, that's okay. It's not a reflection on yourself. It just means that right now, your life isn't about that. There is so much beauty in being single and being happily single. Being in a romantic relationship doesn't mean that you're automatically going to be happier. I am not in one, and this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. Anyone that's single is trying constantly to not be single. I think that is the overall assumption. But it's not true. If it's a day that is difficult for you, it can be very tempting to just try to wish the day away. Self-love is the most important thing. That's the one relationship that is going to last for your entire life.
All the queens that are not receiving chocolates, flowers, nice dinners, and I love yous tomorrow, this is for you. If you're feeling lonely, tomorrow's going to be difficult because you're going to see couples posted everywhere and love everywhere. So here's some reasons and reminders as to why it's okay to be single on Valentine's Day. One is that it is better to be single than in a bad relationship. You can give yourself all the love you need rather than it coming from someone who doesn't really mean it, or who's disloyal, or who's toxic. Just be single. Two is you can sleep peacefully tonight knowing that all you have to prioritize is you. Being single.
Okay. No. Okay. I'm just tired of pretending. Okay. No. These speeches are for men, right? See, this dynamic is so different between men and women. Men universally, at some point, have to learn how to be alone and learn how to build themselves while they're alone. That way they can go out and be, great conversationalists, be interested and all that. See, let's just say, whoever this woman right here, she doesn't have to be interesting, right? Because she's got that costume on. She don't have to lead a conversation. She don't have to say anything. Why are you talking? Somebody gonna come over, a motherfucker who don't even speak English, who don't speak the same language as she speaks. They'll make it work with her because she's wearing that costume, right? They're gonna make it work. Woman, especially, and this is why I say even the more attractive woman is, the less they understand actual reality, right? So let's say, a girl like this, right? She's only gonna be single mostly because the guy who she really wanted ran off with another woman, right? And on the back end, she's still happy about it because she's chasing after that guy, right? But to be truly alone on Valentine's, to be truly alone, period, women do literally is like the more attractive she is, she literally cannot understand what it means to be truly alone, right? Because any woman, no matter what she looks like, can just create a dating app right now and within 15 minutes have 70 likes and 14 messages within 30 minutes max, right? Woman does not know what it's like. She cannot truly understand. So whenever women are trying to have this whole righteous, I'm happy off alone and all this, no, okay, woman's definition of alone is different from man's definition of being alone, right? Because again, woman can always, there's always a pool of men waiting to go date her, and it's just on her figuring out is this guy good enough for me or not, because she thinks she's actually better than somebody else because of her biological existence in life, not because of what she's actually accomplished, but just because she's just an attractive woman who got her hair done and put on a little bit of mascara or some shit like that, right? And that makes her better than a certain population of people. But to be truly alone it's really a special thing. And at first it could seem like a punishment when really it's a gift to truly experience that. And I say this, it's one of those true gifts that women cannot understand. And that's another reason why women will never be able to keep up with men. Because it's these moments like this, it's these days and moments like this when you're alone, not because you more so choose to be alone, but because you literally have nobody who wants to be around you or near you at the time, whatever the fuck, right? See, it's these moments is when your actual building is happening, as far as your personal character is building, and how now you're actually applying thought and legitimate reasoning to life and in the scenario, right? This area is where man develops his independent growth, right? Women don't go through this phase, but they'll talk shit like they're actually valuable, but they never go through this phase. They're talking shit because, women love to play at the idea of being valuable. Women love playing with the idea of being righteous. Women love to play at the idea of being valuable in some other way other than looking cute and waiting to get fucked, right? They love to play at the idea because it's fun, when you just have it for, whenever you feel like it and throw it away whenever you don't want it anymore. They love to play at it, but they cannot truly understand what it takes to be valuable, to be truly valuable, right? Because of what they were gifted in life is the costume of a woman. Doesn't matter how ugly she is. She's going to have somebody who, a dick is just going to get hard and want to fuck her, right? And some fool's just going to want to fall in love with just a woman. Doesn't matter what she is, right? So this is the benefit that she has. And she'll have it for, the first 25, 30, 35 years of life. But at the end, it's going to turn into, where's she at? This woman. When it starts to when it starts to hit her, like, I'm not gonna make it. It's not loading up.
Just all these.
Yeah, her. Like I'm not gonna make it that much longer. I'm getting ready to fall into everybody I thought I was better than. See, that's when it all crumbles. But here, and I think here's the other part that's kind of confusing men too. And men don't even realize they're doing this. We listen to women as long as they look like this, right? We listen to a woman as long as we get horny. But when the woman's older and uglier and we have no use for sex out of her, nobody listens to her anymore, right? So all men happen to see is just when she's being a complete cunt bitch, right? Whenever she, for one reason or another, like, or she's either she's trying to imitate a man and be cute, or she's just being a complete cunt bitch, or whatever the fuck, right? This is the only moments where we actually where society will actually even listen to a woman. So by the time she's older and uglier and lost and fucked up, nobody's paying her any attention. And this is what I congratulate, the manosphere on, is bringing out that later side of it. Like, once they get older, what are they doing, right? It falls off, and they just the last at least half of the woman's life is spent in complete misery, right? But even then, she can still get a dude, though. Don't get me wrong, because she just has holes and tits. She can still get a dude, but from her perspective, it's complete misery.
So you just have to prioritize you, and most importantly, all the chocolates go on sale on the 15th. So fill your boots up, queens.
Hey, hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Barbara.
Have you been here before?
No.
Okay, Barbara, where you calling us from?
Atlanta.
ATL's in the building. How old are you, Barbara?
I'll be 57.
Okay, get more to the middle of the camera, if you can.
Let's see.
Okay, you look good, 57, 57.
No, she was doing that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for a living? What? Can you move the camera over more? You're too close to the middle.
She's doing that on
Other
purpose.
way, other way.
That wasn't an accident.
That's better, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. What do you do for a living, honey?
I'm a corporate controller. I work for one of those high-end luxury retail developers.
Okay. Corporate controller. You have any kids?
Yes.
How many?
I have 4. Yeah, they're about 25 and up.
Give me all the ages, please. 25.
25, 30, 31, and 36.
36. All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
2.
2. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did you get divorced years ago?
30 years ago.
Wow, 30 years ago. Okay. Barbara, when's your birthday or zodiac sign?
May 22nd. I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. So this is Barbara Atlanta, 57 Gemini. Does corporate control, you said?
Yeah, I'm a corporate controller for a high-end luxury builder up in Atlanta.
Okay. 4 kids. She was once married. Let's do it, honey. What kind of man are you looking for?
I guess I'm looking for someone at least that's I want a man that's well-grounded, that's educated, has his own. I don't mind if he has children, as long as he takes care of his responsibilities. I like them tall, at least 6'3". And
you want the guy to be at least 6'3"?
Yeah, at least 6'3".
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay.
But I wear heels, so once I wear those heels, you go into 6'2".
I understand. 5'9" is pretty tall for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 6'3".
Nice looking, no problems, because I don't bring any to the table, and that he's ready to relax in life, like ready to enjoy his life. Because my kids basically are on their own, so I just want someone like a companion, someone that we can just enjoy life together.
Right. Do you want him in Atlanta?
Yes, if possible. If possible. I'm not going to be picky.
What's the age range you would date?
About, I would say between 48 and maybe 55.
48 to 55. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes. At least 100.
At least 100.
Just here. Everything that's coming out of her mouth saying a requirement today, it's just like, oh God. Like, every requirement to come out and date that she has for the man it's just, you can't sit. Look, as an older woman, you can't set any rules except just don't be hooked on heroin. That's about the only. Just don't be hooked on heroin, and I'd say just have your own place to live. That's about the only requirements an older woman can have, right? Like, and not be laughed at, in my opinion. Like,
you look pretty good. I'm assuming you date men with all these qualities, correct?
Yes.
So what's going on with them?
Well, I just moved to Atlanta about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I really, between COVID and losing my parents, I really have not been able to say, hey, I'm going to go out there and date. So I really haven't put myself out there, to be very honest with you.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
About 2 years ago.
Okay, that's not that long. I mean, it could be a lot longer than 2 years. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I don't have to answer, right?
You do not have to answer. You were absolutely right. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. Ooh, you definitely look good. So I just realized you're 57, so you want to date somebody younger than you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. I'm very skeptical about the age, only because I like to take care of myself. I have a lot of energy. So if I'm going to date a man in his 50s, we have to have that compatibility. You got to eat healthy. I don't eat any meat. I don't do any dairy. So I want someone that's going to be able to take care of himself and has a lot of stamina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to know also, is that a vegan? What you just said, no meat and no dairy?
Those are just choices. So I don't really classify it as a vegan.
Fair enough.
Right. I just choose not to eat certain things because of my family history. So I haven't had meat for like 30 years, maybe 25 years. Sorry, 25 years.
So could he eat meat, or would that bother you?
No. I don't judge. I choose not to, but I would like him to take care of himself.
Okay. And that's why you want to do younger, 48 to 55. Okay. Mm-hmm. So why do you think you're single, Barbara?
Because I haven't really put myself out there.
Okay.
I guess it's by choice.
By choice. Mm-hmm. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Listen, I'm educated. I'm well-grounded. I'm financially stable. And I'm ready to enjoy life. I like to travel. I like to play golf. I like to smoke my cigars here and there. So I think I have a lot of qualities to bring to the table.
Okay. If he made less than 100K, is that negotiable or not?
Yeah. I mean, I just want him to be stable. If he makes 80, I'm okay with that. But I don't think I could go any more than less than 80. Only because I lead a certain lifestyle. I don't want him to take care of me. I want him to be able to take care of his responsibilities and still be able to enjoy life.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's do it, Barbara, Atlanta. Oh, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think you asked me that.
Oh, I did that? Okay, I apologize.
I'll be honest. She's what, 55 or some shit like that. She doesn't look bad. She looks pretty good for her age. I think she looks good. She looks good for her age. But it's that thing, man. It's like, okay, okay. The woman's value just goes down. It's just that tail old as time, right? But the thing is, she thinks her value went up because she's got all these miles. Like, see, this is when women have this shit totally fucking backwards. And women they're trying to crack this code. They've been trying to crack this code for a long time. How do you sell a car for more money that has more miles on it? They've been trying to crack that code for at least a few thousand years and can't break it. How do I sell this car for more money that got more miles on it than that new car over there? Right? How you're not gonna break this code? Lana Rose sitting up right now trying to break that code. I keep bringing Lana Rose up, but she's sitting somewhere doing. She's trying to crack that code. How do I sell my pussy and get more respect after having 500 million miles on it? How do I get double retail price for this shit? Like, no, it doesn't work that way. I mean, it's cool. She's not a bad looking woman for her age. She's over 50. You can get a whole lot worse than that at over 50. But walking around with these he got to be a certain height, certain money, and I can do 80. Like, bitch, you get ready to be 80. So, I can do 80, but don't lower than 80. You'll get your old ass up out of here. I can do 80, but I can't go any lower. Get the fuck. See, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You can't walk around with a 2002 Honda Civic asking triple the retail price on it. All right? I see, yeah, about triple the retail price. You can't walk around with a 2000. It won't be a bad car. What's a 2003? It's a 2003 Honda Civic with about 500,000 city miles on it. You can't walk around asking three. I mean, see, again, like I said this a while back. Women get, because since they're prostituting gold digger nature is just part of their existence, and they have to have it for biological reasons. They have to be this. Life does not work. Okay, a woman's value system. Women try to approach the dating market, even if it's based off delusion or if they're just that fucking stupid and genuinely believe it. The dating market does not work like finding a job where if you got 20 years of experience as the quality control analyst and you can be like the manager of the whole department just walking in the door at the next job. Like, no, women have this for one reason or another, they get this sense of well, my past accomplishments equal I should get a higher man, as if it's going out there finding a job, right? Right. So maybe I can make an example. I'm gonna get off here because I'm fucking starving. But maybe I can make an example real quick. Maybe it's like if somebody were to go to university and then continue off into higher ed with a master's or doctorates, and then they worked at this other company for 25 years, and then for whatever reason that company shuts down, they get fired or quit, whatever, and then they go off to find another job. Right? Well, now they can expect a certain level what they gonna put up with, what they not, and all that. But in woman's world of doing all that, they've accumulated all these miles along the way. They like all this stress, all this hardships and stress have made them lesser valuable. Right? They can still not look that bad, but the value's gone down. The value goes down. Like so at this point, yeah, I mean it's not bad that she's educated, she's got her own house, and her kids are all grown and all that. That's not bad, and she's not a bad looking woman. But by the time you're talking about getting with a man who's making that much money, he's just gonna get a better woman than you, right? She don't look that bad, he can hang out with her from time to time, something like that, just to kill time. But no, you are not, whoever this woman is, Barbara Colin, whatever, you are not worth that price tag, period. You're just not worth it. And to the men who you would be worth it, you're not going to want those men. But you're not worth this. By the time a man is pumping in life and he's older and look, he's already had his share dealing with older women. Most men are not going to want you. It's over. You got to let it go. Like Frozen. Good song, by the way. The cold never bothered me anyway. A friend of mine's daughter used to watch that. That's the only part I remember of the song. I thought that was gangster. But, yeah. By the time motherfuckers walking around, okay, to put it in perspective as cars, by the time a man is walking around with $100,000 in his pocket, why would he go? Okay, correction. Let's put it in more realistic terms. By the time a man is earning $1 million a year, he's not gonna go to a Honda Civic car. A lot of time, I mean, in theory, he's not gonna invest $100,000 into a Honda Civic, right? If a man is making 7 figures a year, he's not gonna go invest into a 2003 Honda Civic. Now, to be fair, that 2003 Honda Civic drove across North America, right? Had his engine replaced. It had oil changes on time. But is that 2003 Honda Civic with 500,000 city miles, is that worth $100,000? No. He'll go to Lamborghini. Right? And Lamborghini in this case is going to be a younger, better, just a younger woman in general. If I'm trying to say this. If a man is going, if this caliber man is looking to date, he is not going to date you. All right. So yeah, that's it. I'm fucking starving, and I'm just getting tired of talking. Thanks to everybody who liked, to tune in, subscribe. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to. I should be able to live stream tomorrow. One of these nights, hold on, let me check. I got my schedule up right here. Actually, let me check my schedule. Go to clients. Appointments. Oh no. So this is tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Okay, no. So tomorrow I have a 2 to 3 p.m., which is going to be 8 to 9 p.m. So I probably won't. If I live stream tomorrow, I'll probably live stream abnormally early, because tomorrow I got the way this is going to work out is it's at 6 hours ahead. This is 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 8 to 9 p.m. That's right in the time bracket where I usually live stream. So tomorrow, if I do live stream, I'm going to live stream abnormally early. Let me check this other schedule, because they be fucking up schedules. How is this? Yeah, these motherfuckers be fucking up schedules. Well, it's women running it, so nobody knows what's going on. It's not out the norm. Hi, D. Just got off going to work. How's it going? Yo, what's up, Millennium? I'm literally just getting ready to get off, man. Yo, thanks, Anthony. Good stuff. Thanks. Yeah, if it's a car he just likes, but Mara. Yeah, if it's a car he likes, yeah. Like, for example, there's some cheaper cars I just love, man. I still talk to my dad about this. My dad, he was going through a period where we didn't have much money at the time. We were just like, I can't remember what happened. And so he bought this car for like $400. And I am not shitting you, dude. I have a BMW. I have a decent BMW in his garage right now. And I still tell him to this day, I miss that $400 car he had. Because I used to drive it, and that car just handled so great. It was a Mazda Protege. It was like an older Mazda. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it was like a 1980. It was probably like a 1990. Let's see. It's probably a little older than this, but it was something like this. And I tell you what, I loved how it drove. Like, I just loved the handling of it, the acceleration. I just loved all, like, from purely the driving aspect of it. I love that car. I'll show you guys a picture of my car. I forget what year my car is, because I had it for a long time. I think it's I don't even know what year it is. Oh, it's doing that thing where it's lagging on my side. This is it. And the reason I got a 328i is because this was the only stick shift BMW. Yeah, because this is what my interior looks like in the car. But mine's a manual transmission. Yeah, so this is the car I have in the U.S. Yeah, that's it right there. That's exactly it. I got it before I'd come to Europe. That's it. That's exactly this white. Yeah, you can see it. That's exactly the white. But mine's is blue. But that's exactly what it looks like. And I still tell my dad to this day that I missed it. I still miss this car. Like, I want that car like right now. And my car right now is just a little Ford Focus outside. But like I said a while back, man, I just tapped out the consumerism shit, man. I just want something that works reliably. That's all I care about. So, I mean, I would still kind of invest, because here's the thing. Whenever I see motherfuckers shopping in H&M and shit, the first thing I say is like, yo, I am not that rich to shop in H&M, right? Because that shit, H&M is expensive when you really look at it, because, it's all cheap shit. It's all shit that's going to fall apart in 2 months. Every time I see a motherfucker walking in and out of Zara or H&M, my first thoughts is like, yo, I'm not that rich to shop at Zara. Because that's going to hit you in the long run. That's how they get you in that Zara, H&M shit. Because Zara and H&M is big in Europe. Like, in the U.S., motherfuckers don't fuck with it like that. I don't think most motherfuckers don't even got a Zara in the U.S. I had never even heard of Zara until I left the U.S. But over here, fast fashion is a big business, man. And every time I see a motherfucker walking in, I'll be like, yeah, you must be rich. Shopping in this motherfucker, these clothes that's gonna tear apart and rip apart. I still got a leather jacket. I still got a leather jacket out there. I've had that leather jacket for about 8 years. I think I did a video in it. I think I spent on that leather jacket. I think I spent maybe about $400 or $500. It was a cheaper one. I think I got it on sale. It was like $400 or $500, something like that. But it's lasted. Here's the thing. That leather jacket has lasted so well. I haven't even applied any ointment or anything to it. Like I just water's in it. I think I sprayed some waterproof shit on it like twice, and it's lasted. You know, I wear it when it's spring and fall. Or I wear the shit out that jacket too. But I'm not rich enough to shop at Zara or H&M. I'm not rich enough to shop at fast fashion places. Always get advice, wisdom, brutal truth, and life experience from you, AD. Peace. Yo, thanks, Javid. Yo. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm fucking starving, man. So I hope y'all have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are. I'm gonna leave this live stream up. And if I live stream tomorrow, I'm gonna live stream earlier because I got that appointment tomorrow night. So yeah, I'll let y'all go, man. Peace out. Uh-oh, where we at? Okay, peace out.